let's do a little series on color mixing. Well, if we're going to do a series on color mixing, we must start with the basic concept of color. And this dear little book, given to me by one of my art friends, is a little reading book for first graders, and printed in 1933. And the children and their mothers see a rainbow, and they look at the colors of the rainbow, and then they define the colors of the rainbow. The magenta reds, yellows, greens, blues, purples. And I guess that this would be red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Well, okay. I took that, and most of my young years, the color wheel started with red at the top. Today's art students do yellow at the top and purple at the bottom, because yellow's the lightest and purple's the darkest. I don't think it makes a bit of difference how you arrange your color wheel. It's just fun to visualize, work with the colors in the wheel arrangement. I do mine with red at the top, green at the bottom. Just like the rainbow, I start with red. And then I go through the colors of the rainbow with the addition of an in-between color called an intermediate. So the basic division of colors that you need to start with is the red, yellow, blue. And I think it's good. It's just a suggestion for you. I think it's good to place them across the middle of your palette. Put your color you're going to use to lighten up at the top. Put the colors you're going to use to darken at the bottom. I have here, in looking at the palette, I have here Naphthol Red Light and Naphthol Crimson. Naphthol Red Light is the one that's more orangey looking, and Naphthol Crimson, you can see the blue to it. We don't have a true spectrum red. Some of the new Pyrrole or Pyrrole reds are getting closer. Yellow, I've chosen here a yellow light, and you'll see why in just a minute. And in the blue, the traditional blue would be an ultramarine. This is the ultramarine deep. The newer one would be phthalo blue. So we'll take a look at both of those. But you need to make a choice between the blues and between the reds. One of your decisions has to be this red, Naphthol Red Light, will make prettier oranges. This will make duller oranges. The orange mix here will be more dull, and that's because of a little bit of blue. The choice of your yellow is what makes the prettiest green. Now going on down to a purple, the red that has some blue in it will make prettier purple mixes. When there's some yellow to it, as you see here, they'll be dirtier. They'll be more toned. So let's take our first mixes. Red, be sure you wipe your knife clean between colors. A yellow, a blue. Now that's basic. If you add white, you know, you'll get a pink. More white. And when you mix, if it's a color you're going to use, you mound it up. You know, you make a puddle of it. And because this is a quick drying paint, an acrylic, put it on your wet paper towel. This is your reservoir. Now, with a yellow, and a bit of red, we make an orange. Now you can see just from this mix that that's quite light yet. Let's try a little more red. Now when you get close to your mix, don't put it in here. Put it out here. There's a little red on the knife. And slowly add it. And by doing this, you learn, and I'm going to jump it now fast, you learn how strong one of the colors is. You now saw how much red to that yellow that it took. Now if you were using a different yellow, the mix would probably be a little different. Now we can look and see how it sits here. Now let's just digress a second and let me show you what's going to happen to your orange. Now if orange is not a color that you love, you probably won't see the difference. But see, I see this as a little more toned than this one. And if orange is not a color you care very much for, this will probably be strong enough orange. See, I see this as being a little bit brighter. I'll just save a little of that.